Welcome to Dwarven Forge Live. I was so not ready for that. This is On the Anvil, episode 128. This is the show where we take you behind the scenes here at Dwarven Forge. We show you what we're working on, some of the challenges we're facing, which is also what we're working on, and we might just give you a glimpse of the future. In this case, it's a lot of glimpses of the future because we are playing with sci-fi prototypes tonight. This is the show where we never have any technical difficulties. And have we had any yet? We okay?
Everything
ready
seems
to go live.
everything seems good so far.
Woo! I don't have a. We're gonna mostly hang out and enjoy our frosty beverages and talk tabletop for the next 2 hours. What are we doing, Chris? Let me get a frosty beverage.
Main topic is basically, hey, we're doing this new project. We're doing sci-fi for the first time. What just kind of talking through like how we figure out how to talk about it, how to get in front of people, and asking you like what kind of stuff you want to see, what would be helpful in understanding this pitch, basically. And we'll also be giving away a $50 Dwarven Forge gift card about halfway through. Yeah, $50 whole dollars. I will Venmo you $50 halfway through. Everybody in chat. I don't have $50 to give. But yeah, it's everybody's eligible to win this. Thank you.
Yeah, you can have some bottle caps too.
So we'll do that like an hour into the stream.
Woo! And usual spiel. If you are here, please feel free to interact with us. We love chit-chatting with you. We love your feedback. We love your jokes. Ask away. That's why we're here. We love the live element, but just be nice. Do we have any new people today?
I don't know.
Anybody out there new? Say, I'm new. Mom's here. Dead mom.
Your mom's here?
I don't know. Woo!
Got it.
Said,
Okay.
Kodiak says mom.
All right, sick.
So I feel like we're forgetting something. I don't know. I'm. I guess not.
It's very hot in here.
It is really warm, and it's normally Arctic.
Yep. I think they gave up on the air conditioning, and we went back up into the 70s today. So
yeah. So let's open all the windows.
Yeah, it's very hot in here.
It is. So
Okay.
let's jump around a little.
Yeah. Well, we got some news. You want to do the news?
We have the news, and Bunny's in the hat. It's the news. The news. What's in the news?
There's no way that was good on mic. All right. Yeah. Hi. Okay.
Hi.
So news. Not a ton of things. First off, hey, we got a restock happening on Friday. He's leaving again. We got a restock coming on Friday.
What's in the restock, Chris?
A lot of sets. Like we've got. Is this the one with the Watchtower? I think it's the one with the Watchtower, and Stairway to Violence.
I mean, how long have people been asking for Stairway to Violence?
Since the Kickstarter.
Since the dawn of violence.
Because I think we had we ordered like 20 extra outside of the Kickstarter, and then they were gone immediately. Yeah. So a lot of stuff. We're getting to the point. We're through a lot of just like the super basic core sets, and we're able to expand into some interesting expansion sets and set pieces, and getting into more castles and just kind of stuff that's been further down the line. So we're moving through that. That's all happening Friday at noon. It's a full restock. It's going to be hundreds of everything. So
hopefully nothing sells out immediately.
Probably not.
I
don't know if there's anything that I think is going to go first day here. Probably not.
Yeah, anything people need to gun for so they get ahead of it?
I don't think so. I don't think Stairway is going to go on the first day. Ruins, there's a lot of forest stuff. Really? Right, this is all the wildland stuff that's missing. Postern Gate's not going to go first day. Yeah, I think everything should be fairly relaxed. There's nothing that's so hot ticket. I don't think the vaulted diagonals are going to all go immediately. I think.
Should we take bets on that?
I don't think the outcry is necessarily a thing where it's like it's not Crystal Caverns, walls and corners. It's not that level.
I'm not super confident, but I'll bet you 2 Valorian silver pieces. We're not talking about just silver pieces. That it's gonna take 1 week. Vaulted diagonals will sell it 1 week.
I mean, it's 8.
How many sets?
It's 6. I mean, probably around 400 painted, probably.
Yeah, they're not gonna sell them.
400, 450, something like that.
Yeah. No, I'm not. That's a sucker's bet. I
Yeah.
bet you one Valorian copper just for fun.
I guess the main thing is the diagonals, like, those are better to buy in multiples than like a stairway. So
Yep.
maybe, but I don't know. I don't think I'm not planning on anything going out the first day.
Matt Mercer's gonna come in and buy them all up.
Yeah, that's the gag.
Keep the
That's the joke.
These are jokes.
Yeah.
Are there any other restock come up after this, or is this it for the year?
We're never ordering any other Dwarvenite
Ever.
after this Friday. So if you don't see what you want in this restock coming on Friday, tag me and yell at me.
Can I just do that anyway?
You want. They do.
Okay.
Yeah. If you don't see what you want here, get real mad. We got something. We were hoping to do a Thanksgiving thing. There was something weird with one of the containers. It got split into 2 containers, and one of the containers got held up. So we had a restock plan for November and January, and the November container might be sliding to the first week of December. We'll see. We've kind of preemptively moved it back because we'd rather have people plan for
the war.
We don't want to like push it back last minute. Yeah. No. So, and the next restock has like a lot of stuff in it. Again, like this one, I think it's more Crystal Caverns pieces. A lot of that stuff. So, these next 2 are pretty big on heavily requested set pieces, expansions, all that stuff. And then the one after is more core sets and terrain trays. A couple like cool things, but it's mostly just kind of getting some basics back in stock. Holiday bundles, maybe. I need to look at it.
It might even be a gift guide.
The tough thing with the gift guide is with this restock being pushed back,
it messes up all your plans.
It messes up a lot of stuff I had planned, so we'll have to see. I don't know. I'll have to look through it and adapt. Like diagonals, but you kind of want to hold out for Dungeons Reforged. Dungeons Reforged is probably like a year away at the absolute earliest. So I would, if what you want is diagonals, I don't think there's anything.
Yeah.
If you're talking the vaulted diagonals, because those aren't the ones that are changing, it's the classic diagonals are the ones that are being resculpted. So you're not missing anything by getting the vaulted diagonals now.
You should get those things are awesome.
Yeah. And the vaulted diagonals we got right, which is why we're resculpting the classic diagonals that they actually fit the footprint that the vaulted established. Yeah.
Yep.
Vaulted diagonals look weird with everything else being classic walls. No, the nice thing is yeah.
I mean, honestly, the vaulted was designed that you could interchange it with the classic, so you could just put a few vaulted bits in and spruce up your dungeon. Throw some vaulted corners in a regular room. The vaulted diagonals in the corners of a classic room with just some vaulted with diagonals as corners looks really neat. You could also just have a corridor of them that, and it's a fancy corridor, so that's why it's styled. You'll use them. You get them, you'll use them.
Any Lowtown news? We got our first big batch of test shots a couple weeks ago. We showed those on the stream. I think it was the first one this month.
Mostly they're just cooking along. We'll have new test shots soon.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of just churning through a massive list of pieces. Like,
they're doing
a lot of pieces.
Yeah, they're doing all the tooling right now. And then once they've got the molds, once they've tooled the molds, they do like a really quick test print and send it to us so we can see if like the mold came out right, basically. And yeah, so we're in that process currently, and we're at the beginning of actually getting the test shots. We still have a lot of test shots we still got to get from them.
Wow.
But yeah.
Yeah, good questions today. We just got
see.
started.
Let's see. Convention wise, hey, PAX Unplugged. We are doing that first week of December. I guess first weekend. Yeah, first weekend of December. I think it's literally like the 1st through the 3rd.
Yeah.
It's a 3-day con. Did you know that? It's just Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Huh. It feels longer.
I can't remember if I felt like it was a 4-day con before. Maybe I was wrong. I don't know.
I certainly feel like it was, but
the other PAXs are. But yeah, it's a Friday. It's Friday, Saturday, Sunday. It's literally like the 1st, 2nd, 3rd. It's a 2-day con and Sunday.
I would have bet some Valorian Platinum pieces that it was Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
I thought it was gonna be, but no, I checked the dates.
That's great.
A couple weeks back.
Everything about that's good.
We're gonna be there. We're gonna have sci-fi in person. We got some big plans. It's gonna be a lot of fun. It was 3 days in 2018. Okay, maybe it's always been a 3-day con. I felt like it was
They
longer.
all just feel long.
Yeah. Yeah. So we're gonna be there. And then some quick updates on our upcoming projects. The sci-fi stuff we're gonna be looking at today. We're planning on putting up a GameFound page for it early, a couple months before the project, so that we can be collecting pages or be collecting follows and like information there over time as it builds up. So we're in the process of making the first assets for that and getting those ready. We're planning to probably launch that page in around a month. Is what we're shooting for.
Hopefully, we'll beat the end of November.
Yes.
And you know what? Go follow it when it gets up. It helps us get some momentum, get some eyeballs, get some excitement, makes us feel good.
Yeah.
People are showing up to the party, right? You don't want people to throw a party and nobody show up.
Yeah. So we're trying to leverage all the features that the platform has to try and get early momentum on the project. Awesome. And yeah.
It's got features.
It's got a lot of features, and they're making more, and it's great. We've had some meetings that have been very good with them, so feeling good about it.
They are working hard to build a killer platform.
Yes,
it's really it's delightful. Nice to be a part of that.
Let's see what else we got. And then the other project we're working on, Where Heroes Dare. We got a little bit. So we've had a lot of questions about playtesting because we said we're going to need playtesters at some point. We're probably going to be starting that process in a couple months. If you want, we're going to randomly select it through people that have signed up for the mailing list to try and like do it fair that way. So if you want to be on playtesting, please don't message customer support about it or anything. Go and follow specifically the Where Heroes Dare mailing list. You can find the Where Heroes Dare page by going on the site, scroll down, and you'll see on the front page, scroll down and you'll see a Where Heroes Dare logo. Go to that page. There's a sign up there to get specifically on the Where Heroes Dare mailing list. We will be randomly selecting playtesters from that when it's time.
And we'll let you know as it gets closer, and we don't know how many. We're gonna do a bunch of rounds of this. It's gonna be a thing. Literally why I wasn't quite ready for this today was Miles and I were cranking through the level. It's gonna be awesome. So we're getting there. Hopefully, in a perfect world, we start the exterior play testing right around the holidays, like middle of December. Start rolling to January, but we'll probably be doing it all the way through May or something. We're also going to be doing it at like Gen Con. We'll be doing some there, so you can sign up to do it live at Gen Con, and I don't know, not live, not like live streamed, but
yeah. So
there'll be a lot of opportunities, but you got to get on that list so we know that you're interested specifically in that, so we can we'll target you with those opportunities. And we need the feedback, right? You guys are the target demo, so we want you to play it and poke at it and figure out how to make it just unbelievable.
Yeah, we haven't done a board game before, so this whole process is interesting.
Interesting.
And we're gonna need.
Way to
it's been like the process, like how do you? Because it's not just making the fact that like designing terrain isn't the first step, but we're also making a rule set, and it has like the terrain has to fit within boundaries that we haven't had to do before, because it's got to work with very specific game rules. It's interesting.
Well, and the rules are dictated by the terrain, which is dictated by the rules, which is the big thing that dictates everything is cost. Like that's the driver. Yeah. Like having to have like cost be kind of like your biggest constraint is a very different animal for us. So I can't wait though. It's gonna be it's October of 2024 can't come soon enough. That's a year from now.
I need that to take as long as possible. This entire year.
We're aligned there. I like
this entire year has slipped by, and I would really like it to stop.
So go sign up for the mailing list there if you want to get first in on the excitement.
Yeah, I think that's all. I think it's all the news that's fit to print. Do you got anything else? Anything that we forgot that's on top of your head?
There was something. Oh, the survey.
Survey. Hey, I should grab the link to the survey real quick.
Yeah.
We're like closing. We're gonna close the survey on Friday. I think like the end of the week. We're closing the survey. I'm pretty sure most of you who are
Thursday.
watching have already filled it out. Thursday, tomorrow, literally tomorrow, we're closing the survey. If you haven't filled it out, we're shooting for it to take around 10-15 minutes. It's pretty in-depth, lengthy survey. It's got a couple like write-in prompts. I just put the link in the chat. If we just mainly, we're wanting to try and see what you guys are interested in.
We want your feedback. We listen
yeah.
to it, we look at it, we pour over it, and the more we get, the better. And we had 1,400 or 1,500 people answer so far. Did that reminder email go out?
Yeah, we had 1,400 on Monday. We sent out a last call reminder yesterday. So we generally shoot for around 1,500. So we really, we're kind of there. But more information, the better.
So please, if you haven't, fill it out. Even if you just skip all the fill-ins, just fill it out for the multiple choice.
We actually,
you could do it in 5 minutes.
We're perfectly fine with people not filling in the fill-ins.
We don't have to read them that way.
Yeah.
Skipping encouraged.
The essay questions are the best ones to skip. It's just for our sanity.
Space brass knuckles.
But like I said, I'm sure most of you. When do we get the summaries of the write-in answers? However long it takes to synthesize them all. Because somebody's got to read those. Because with the other ones, we can get like percentage of just what people answered for all the bubble questions and all.
Everything else is easy.
Yeah, but for the write-ins, like somebody has to read like the several thousand different write-in like entries that we're gonna have and break it down.
I'm philosophically against AI, but this feels like the sort of thing that would be an AI job.
No,
couldn't like it somehow?
It would do it. It would do it wrong.
It would give us weird.
There's
nuance in all of our things.
It has ruined.
It would just say water tiles over and over again.
When I'm looking for reviews of things now, and it's just like, our AI just took all the reviews and broke them down into this thing, and the thing I'm reading is not English. It's not helpful.
What is it like?
It just like it'll just have things that contradict each other, and it's like, this is what people say, and it'll be like conflicting opinions. It's bad. It's not good.
There was this AI editing helmet based. There was like people would watch the commercial with a helmet on that would measure their engagement with their heart rate and their eye movement and whatever, and then that would go into the computer, and then the computer would re-edit the commercial from a 60 down to a 30 based on what was engaging. You guess what the results were like? Anytime anything was loud or moved quickly, it just cut it was just a rapid fire montage of everything that was loud or moved quickly in the same sequence of order.
There's this phenomenal.
Because that caught your attention. Therefore it's gonna work.
There's this phenomenal video. There's this thing where they do like an eye tracking test where it's like they have guys like it's like, we're gonna play this video of a woman in a low cut top and tracking your eyes. And so he's like, okay, I'm gonna do this, and he starts it, and like within half a second, like the eye tracking like goes, and it's just he immediately just like loses. It's very funny. Eye tracking is phenomenal software. There was a thing we were.
What were we talking about? The survey. Take it.
Yeah, survey. There was another thing. I can't think of. Oh yeah, AI. I saw somebody using AI in an ad for. There's a game table ad, because I'm getting hit with those a lot for some reason right now. There's a game table ad, and they very clearly used AI to do like a panorama of somebody sitting at the table, and his face is just going like, and it's like, this is terrible.
That's
like
amazing.
It's like, just get some rails and put a camera on.
So what I'm hearing is you bought a new game table.
Yeah, I bought it personally for me to put in my New York apartment.
Based on this ad.
Yeah. Yeah. Cool. I think that's probably all that's all right. Good news.
All right, so should we start getting crazy?
Yes.
Crazy. So disclaimer. Disclaimer. Everything you're about to see, prototypes. Many of these prototypes painted. Any of this could change, right? These are pieces for our upcoming sci-fi Kickstarter. Should we tell people the working title or no? We wait and reveal it with like we have a logo
In roughly a
next
week,
week.
we'll be probably good to say it.
Okay.
In roughly a
right.
week, we'll probably be okay to say it.
Legally
Uh,
cleared. Yeah. So anyway, an unnamed sci-fi project. Chris keeps me honest. It's very good.
I'm trying to keep us
In business.
in business. Yeah.
So we're gonna launch this sci-fi project around March. Game found page going up tail end of next month. But we're giving you a little sneak peek here. These are prototypes, mostly unpainted prototypes. Not everything is perfect. Many things will change. And we're not showing you everything here. But this should give you a sense of what it's like, what we can do, and whatnot. So what we have currently is we've got some batches of a lot of bits. We don't have a ton of the walls and corners, which are some of those important.
Yeah, that's the whole point.
Some of those important bits. So you can see all these. Look at this. We got one here to here. We got all these like buckets of bits. So we don't have a ton of walls and corners, but we'll do the best we can. We do have a lot of floors. We have a lot of the sort of the new systems, so we'll probably be playing with those heavily. But we kind of want to do two things. One, well, like 3 or 4 things. But one, I'm just gonna like play, which is fun. 2, I'd love to hear some suggestions, like what should we build. 3, what was it? What do we like as we're preparing to put up a game found page, preparing to put together postcards for flyers to hand out at what's that thing we're going to unplugged. As we're preparing to build out a website, as we're preparing to do ads, as we're preparing to explain to the world, what are the things you're expecting to see? What are the things? What are the best features to call out? So as you're looking at all this stuff, just yell at Chris like, "Oh yeah, I want to see more of that," or "No, we need to see a battlefield," or whatever. Is that the best way to get information? Just yell it at you.
Yeah. Somebody was wondering if we can do the thing we did for Reliquaries, where we had somebody try to guess the name.
Ooh.
We could do that.
Yeah. What did we give that person? We gave them a prototype,
We gave them a Reliquary prototype.
That's kind of awesome.
I don't know. We could say
We'll give them a hamster.
corset. Is that too much to say? Like, oh, we'll get you, or maybe some credit for the
Corset's a great.
Just
how
a
about,
corset.
How about
just
credit in the. How about $100 for credit in the?
Yeah, that way that's basically that's gonna be around corset money, and then.
All right. Yeah. So when do we want to do that?
Well, we might be announcing the name next week, so if that's the case, we should
do it here. Should we take guesses right now?
Yeah, we should do it now, I think.
Okay, so you get 1 entry per person, which it's impossible for us to. How are we going to capture this? What's your plan? How does this work?
If I see somebody post it, then I'm like, cool.
So here's the double or nothing too. We have the main name.
True.
And the subname, similar to, have you ever heard of Cities Untold Lowtown? Similar format. Something or other, something else or other. So you get 2 chances to win, really. So you've got to guess them. What were the rules last time?
The funniest thing about this?
Jokes?
This name could change.
No, but this is for right now. This is like, yeah,
right.
It could change into a thing that they guessed.
With Reliquaries, we knew that was it.
Yeah,
we don't know that that's the case here.
Well, yeah, but let's try it. Let's
okay.
See what happens.
Yeah. All right.
So guess what we're calling. Guess what we're calling the sci-fi set.
Guess what the current.
1 guess per person. Ready?
Yeah.
Go. I don't know why the big pot.
Also, hey, we may just be looking for a better name than the one that we've got. So we actually haven't had a name this entire time.
Iron Dicks, I love it. Lol. Skid. The Forge Strikes Back is funny. Wild Space.
Hamjammer. Here's something I'm gonna say, because I don't want you guys to waste your guesses on this. The reason we're picking a name is because we feel like we can't just call it sci-fi.
Yeah.
So the name is not just gonna be sci-fi. We'll tell you that much. We've thought of a name for basically we have a name that's like, this is what we're going to use to refer to all sci-fi sets we make in the future. And then we have a subtitle name that is specifically this first collection, like a subtitle for this particular
Space
collection.
modular retrofuturistic terrain.
Yeah.
I love Space Death Iron Wing. My favorite thing.
Space Death Iron Wing.
Yeah.
Modular space vessels.
That's right. Can't copyright. 4-star. All right. So while people are guessing, let's start playing around with some pieces, shall we? So for anybody who hasn't seen it before, I'll show out the basic bits, and then we'll start a messing. So we got ourselves the basic bits. It's like Space Dungeon, right? We've got a wall, a floor, a corner. They've got the cool hull curve, right? So it's got overhang. Move there. There are 360 pieces, right? So and these aren't actually the right bottoms yet. So like I said, some of these pieces aren't done. So you can use them upside down. You can use them right side up. They've got biscuits, so you can connect them and do all sorts of fun buildy bits. But 360 pieces, people have been asking for a while. We're doing it. Hopefully, it'll give you a lot of building options. The idea is, we're trying to make a super versatile toolbox because we're not doing very many pieces, like 24, 26, something like that. And we want to just give you all this stuff because it's gonna be a while before the next run. So we want to give you as much as you can to build as many adventures as possible until the next one comes out. It's kind of like the original KS1, right? It was all the basic dungeon stuff you need to do a bunch of dungeons. You could use the heck out of it until we did more dungeons in Dungeon of Doom. Same thing here. Hopefully we'll do this second one sooner than the gap between dungeons, or what was it, Game Tiles and Dungeon of Doom. That was 4-year gap. That was pretty big. So hopefully the second one comes sooner. But versatile pieces, so you get a lot of mileage out of them for a long time. We've got and once again, the stuff that's pure gray like this is unpainted. This is the freestanding door, and it has the same curve. It also has little cutouts on the side, so it lines up really nicely with the straights in the corners.
Also, clarification, this is not the unpainted color that we're planning the Dwarven Knight to be cast in. This is just what the prototypes are being cast in.
No.
Yeah.
It's gray resin. But there will be space gray instead of dungeon gray, which is just dungeon gray with stars in it, I guess. And this guy has an insert. We have the insert slightly too small, but you can see the idea of insert number 1 is this blast door there.
Cast resin, right? Is it resin?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Can't remember what they were printing in.
Red Dwarf. That's a good one. If only we could
I kind of like Star Trek.
About it. Star Trek?
I kind of like Star Trek as a name.
Ooh, but people are gonna be fighting in it. So could it be like Star Trek Wars? And then we could get everything one.
Trek Battle.
Trek Battle.
Trek 2. Trek Forever After.
Was there 4?
That was Forever Trek? After.
What was 3?
It was Shrek Forever After.
4.
I think it was Shrek the Third is what it was. Yeah. So it would be Trek the Third. Trek Forever After.
There's a
Trek 3D happened.
There's a trapdoor floor. Once again, 360. And once again, this isn't sized correctly, but it will be. The same insert that goes in the blast door goes in the trapdoor floor. Also, what's neat is you can put it down below or up high, right? So you can fit it under, or it's got slots on both sides. So you can do some neat depressed bits if you want, or you could have a thing under there that gets revealed when you do this. If we had any other inserts, or something we will. Boom. We in space now. Those are the basic.
Worm's Blood wants you to stop talking about his depressed bits.
I'm not singling anybody out.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I guess here's the main thing.
We all have depressed bits.
So, we're planning right now. We're planning like very basic information, trying to get like the stuff that we can with the pieces that we have ready for the Game Found page to launch around a month-ish. What is the most helpful information for you guys to see that far ahead of time? What I will say is, like, by the time that we get to launch, we do want to have basically everything up ahead of time. It's just going to be the reality of like when we can actually get certain information and all that. So we want to have the pricing and stuff available like before the campaign launches.
But that's the question, right? What's the most useful stuff? Here's the corner, inside corner, and these guys are wild, right? So you can use a couple of them on the ground to do I don't know, some sort of technical looking thing. You can put 4 of them together to make a pillar.
Space beyond worlds. Space beyond worlds beyond number.
And you can put them in the corners. You can put them on any sort of flat surface. You can use them to make a corridor door. It's a narrow one.
Show popular mini ranges on it. That's not a bad idea.
That's a very good idea. We should write these down, huh?
Oh yeah, I guess I have.
Do you have the power?
I have everything at my fingertips.
Wow. You can do bigger doors with like
popular mini ranges on it. Scale and dimensions. It's huge, especially for wargamers. Scale dimensions. When is launch tentatively? We're planning to launch the campaign itself March, April. We want it to coincide with Adepticon, because we feel like that'd be a very good place for us to get a boost mid-campaign.
The target right now is mid-March.
Mm-hmm.
Also, the reality is we have yet to have ever launched anything on the first date we set.
Will that trapdoor be magnetic?
Not currently, because it's pretty thin. But it would be kind of neat. We'll probably put a little notch so you can lift it. But yeah, that's a good question.
Wait, when is Hightown? Great idea. At least a year away.
Beyond the sky. All right, next piece we got. Those things that. Okay. Oh, I only have 2 of them, and they're not the final. Where is the final one? I'm sure it's somewhere. We've got a diagonal.
Didn't realize we get space before Hightown. Yeah, we figured we'd be able to like do this while Lowtown is kind of delivering and stuff.
We wanted to deliver Lowtown before we launched Hightown, and we had been developing this concurrently with Lowtown, right? We were doing
Sci Fridays
a little bit each month as we went chugging away, kind of trying to keep momentum on sci-fi, because we promised that back in Wildlands, so it was time. We got some daggers. We only got 2 of them, and they're not the finals, but we'll work them in here. We got.
The collection will be called Dwarven Forge Sci-Fi. Please buy Valorian coins.
Winner. That's amazing.
Real thing, taller walls would be better with popular sci-fi ranges.
What would be?
Taller walls would be popular with sci-fi ranges. I think the main thought is that it'll be easy to go double high with the exteriors, because most of the things that would need taller walls, you're likely building exterior rather than interior.
Well, and also it's harder to get into play with the taller walls, and we were trying to remain relatively compatible with the rest of our stuff, so you could build this in with your caverns or your mountains or your dungeons or whatever. Don't worry, I did pitch everybody in doing it at 32 millimeter squares instead of 25 millimeter squares, but you know, we didn't go that way. It was for the best. But the
going with this height also means that you get exact like 2-inch rises.
Oh, that was it. So the floors are exactly half an inch, and I'll show you why that's kind of awesome shortly. So everything is it's a true 2-inch footprint, true 2 inches high, and the walls are half an inch thick. So we have a lot of better, interesting building compatibility going up and around and the like. All right, so we also have a catwalk and these are painted. Catwalk and pipeline system, right? So you can use them like this as catwalks. You can stack 2 of them together to make pipelines. You can also we have a 90-degree biscuit thing, so you can use them as railings or barricades when you pop them on there. We don't have that in hand. So that's got a straight, a curve.
Space Marine Yell showed look a little too tall for the interior of the terrain.
What was the question?
The Space Marine that we used, but also that Space
Yeah.
Marine would likely be used for exteriors.
If you're doing kill team, you could have an interior, but
Yeah.
I mean, it's you're playing make believe that it's a thing. Like it was more important based on our previous sci-fi, our survey from, I don't know, this was 2 years ago or whatever. So people wanted compatibility, right? It was important. So we decided it was more important to keep these in sort of scale that works with the rest of the DF stuff than to start making them more 32 millimeter scale and higher and depth, and then cheaper that way and body off. We have and we can put a couple Space Marines in there if you want to see. Looks like this is the 2-inch catwalk pipeline bit, and this is this one. It's the pylon, right? So this thing, there's so much fun you can go upside down. This thing opens up a world of possibilities. Oh, we have a little 1/2-inch boy here. This is So this is a 1/2-inch extension for the catwalks. I'm going to break it by putting it out. Which you need if you're doing certain offset. We don't have the wall. We don't have the accessory wall here, baby. I mean, I'll grab one of those. We have walls that have a slot here, so you can connect up there, and those come out to exactly. No, they come out to 1 inch. So what is this 1/2 inch for? I can't remember. We'll find out as we build. There's definitely. Oh, if you're going off, the sides are off by 1/2 inch because these are centered on the two. So if you're going in 90 degrees like this, you're off by 1/2 inch, I think. No, we will find out. It's uploading me. I think this is all the.
Yeah. Yeah, Frida, I think that's very accurate. I think the curve, when you're trying to look at it like very literally, the curve makes the ceiling seem like it would be like too short and such.
Yeah.
But and if it was a straight wall, that'd be easier. But if you didn't have this curve, it wouldn't be able to also double as like the exterior functionality. I would say it's definitely a thing because where the ceiling is like an imaginary thing. Like it's better for us to break that immersion, I guess, than to sacrifice like the functionality.
It's just more versatile this way.
Yeah.
And if you can always double stack them or something if you want to get crazy.
Don't really need the walls and everything, but those catwalks I really like to make more of a steampunk city with Lowtown. Yeah, and you'll be able to get just with the way that the compositions are going, you'll be able to get just the catwalk pipe stuff without getting the walls and floors. So if you do just want the metal pipes, catwalks to mix in with your fantasy stuff, because you're right, like they could be, especially if you're doing like an Eberron thing, you could easily grab those, throw them into city builds. You'll be able to just get those if you want to do that. So far, the compositions look like they're taking a very, very smart. Yeah.
Tyler's literally working on the compositions as we speak.
Is he still in the build room?
Yeah, he's pushing pieces around like a champ right now. No,
plus, this is only the first sci-fi set. Yeah, and a lot of stuff people are asking for stuff like windows, 4x4 floors, a lot of that stuff. It's like it's not that we never want to make it, but it's like we want to get these basics done and prove that they work. And then, we can add all that stuff as expansion sets and stuff later. But we really need to stick with just.
I think it's going to be a pretty robust collection.
You're going to be able to do a lot for sure. Like it's very, very cool.
We got a couple Marines. We got a couple, and these are not finished painting. Hamster's in the process of painting these guys, so don't tell him he sucks.
Yeah, so that's the main thing is it's all the functionality. It's the fact that a core set of the stuff is going to function as both an interior core set and an exterior scatter core set. Like that's the thing that's like really wild about the set is I think this is the only thing we've made where like the interior and exterior system are the same pieces.
It's gonna give you a lot of versatility.
Yeah.
This guy's not so bad, right? It's
Let's see. No STLs. We're not doing STLs
action.
for this. Let's see. Starhaven. Is that no?
Oh, so this is like
He has a space one, doesn't he?
what?
Isn't there a space Frosthaven? No, I'm thinking of Gloomhaven. Gloomhaven, Frosthaven.
You're thinking of Stargrave and Frostgrave?
I was thinking of Stargrave and Frostgrave. That's what it is. Okay. Um.
So this is a
Yeah.
fun example of like I just put together with the biscuits, right? So you can
Yeah.
make stuff into like units. This was I did 2 of them for fun.
That's a cool terrain feature.
It's a it's a catwalk, 2 pylons, and a floor put together. And then of course you can also put them upside down, right? So you can use them as high platforms. You can use them as things like that. And then here's the other fun bits with these guys.
Those minis don't look too bad. Space Marines are big boys.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think, and I guess the thing with it too.
I want to fight in there. It's cool.
Yeah, I guess, yeah. Aesthetically, it might be nicer if the walls were like 3 or 4 inches, but that would also make it more difficult to play in.
The GW ones are 3 inches tall, but they're also like this thick. They're like a 1/8 of an inch thick. They're really thin, and it really breaks my immersion.
And maybe at some point we will do a set that is like specifically for making like realistic, like high walled interiors. But right now we really wanted to make just the most flexible pieces we could.
And honestly, there's more stuff you could do in sci-fi terrain than anything else. There's so many, just like different types of ships and bases, and then much less all the alien planets you could be exploring, and like it is endless. So check this out. So this is one of the reasons we want everything on the a nice 1/2 inch, right? So you can everything is a multiple of 1/2 inch. So right now these guys this is offset by 1/2 an inch. So then I could take some floors, and it's all biscuited together, right? So I could take some floors and like put a thing in there and have like a little like bunker area. Let's put a couple more on the other side. So now it feels like a solid thing. We could take some and put it on top if you want to make it a thing like that, or you could take a couple of these guys, put these things. Yes, if you want to make it look like a shield generator thing or something. Then you're gonna put them over there. We don't have any elevation change pieces in hand, but that stuff exists. You could put these guys on it. You could do here. We could also, you know, you could do. Once again, I don't have the 90-degree pieces, but we could put this with a. Oh, no, I could just biscuit that right in on here, and then you have a defensible position here for your space boys. Or we could flip it around. Let's go that side out. All right, so now you got a little area there, and we could put some catwalks to it, or something. I'm gonna stick with just unpainted. It's weird mixing painted and unpainted.
Okay.
Because everything's on that 1/2 inch, like everything's lining up super clean on the 2, so you can do the thing over there, come around over to yonder. Let's see this. I could also just open that up. If we want, we could put things 2 boys underneath. We could do a thing over there. We could put this guy is on the 1/2. We could put 2 of these underneath if we wanted to. See how that lines up because it's the same height. We could put the doors, blast panels in there if you want to make. What's neat with the biscuits is you can build. So if you're like Rabbit and you want to do some war gaming, you can build the stuff with biscuits and then just leave it together and have these big chunky features, right? Like build the features and then leave them together. Yeah, so that fits like perfectly in there, and that's the thing. I could biscuit that guy together, but I didn't. Oh, here's the other neat thing. Check this out. Ready? So we've got the catwalks. Let's put these guys on. We're now in pipeline. So you know what? Actually, I want to knock the pipeline down 1 because I don't have a 1 by. But We'll do this. Although I could put that. Let's see. I could offset it. It's gonna look funny. Needs an offset. I could use the 1/2 inch. Oh yeah. Here we go. Oh man, I'm gonna end up breaking these guys. Well, let's see.
Crystal Caverns would do well with sci-fi as well. Yeah, I think that Caverns is probably the interior set that's going to mix with sci-fi the best.
So I put a little 1/2 inch on there.
Although Dungeon could also work. You could easily like have like the vaulted doors open up into like, oh, they've got like a high-tech bunker here that's been like hidden inside this temple or something.
Wilderness is so killer for it.
Yeah, pretty much all of our wilderness stuff will match with it really well. Yeah. Nate's in the build zone? Yes.
Well, I haven't
all right,
play
so
with this that much, but it's like really fun.
All right, so back to the topic. So in terms of like the first information, because there's a lot of stuff that we want to cover, like sample builds and stuff like that, which we'll have by the time the page launches. But for that first initial blush, if we're talking about just like the very bare bones, what you think would be helpful to see if you try to look at it from the perspective of somebody who hasn't been at these streams and is, heard like all this stuff. What do you think is like the absolute bare minimum stuff that we should try to have up there to kind of get people interested who maybe don't know about our stuff? Yeah. So far what we've got is like showing popular mini ranges on it. I think that could be a very good thing to have in the gallery. I think seeing it in that context makes a ton of sense. Scale and dimensions, I think, is a very easy thing to have in the information, and especially since we are looking at targeting a lot of wargamers with this, it makes a ton of sense to have that in the basic info. Compatibility, I'm not sure how much of that we can do by launch. We'll definitely have a lot of compatibility videos.
But you know what we could do? Just one build in a, forest moon of Endor with a little bunker in it. Mm-hmm. Like, that says compatibility without having to do anything else, And also, we don't have to use as many sci-fi pieces. So
that's fair.
Yeah.
Recommended packages of terrain. A game report video using the terrain. I don't know if we can churn one around in time for that, and we might want more pieces before we do it.
But that is the sort of content. That's the right kind of.
We're planning to have a lot of gameplay stuff by the time the campaign launches. I don't know if we can have it within a month. Recommended packages of terrain to create usable sets. I guess we could highlight. Maybe we could highlight in those sample builds if we specifically stick to like we pulled this set from the store and mixed it in. That could be a good thing to have. I don't know if that's something we need by GameFound launch, but it's definitely something we want to have by the time the campaign starts.
For sure.
Can you show it in a game? Let's see how it mixes with something like Shatterpoint. We could probably throw together Shatterpoint sample images by launch. Just set up a Shatterpoint battlefield and mix it in with.
Honestly, if we had a kill team, boarding action, interior battle, an exterior battlefield, a Shatterpoint battlefield, like that would be immediately people go, oh man, like that's what I want to build. Just put these guys.
Focus on pre-painted marketing. Yeah, I think that is going to be one of the main bullet points that we have in the front is pre-painted, durable. What's the other stuff that's big for war games? Modular is like a big thing.
We're gonna flip these guys upside down.
Casey and Sil have already made like a GIF of a bunch of the pieces, like being an inside room and then just flipping over, and now it's like an exterior bunker. And that's gonna be a cool GIF to have there. Alternate builds. Do you think we're gonna be good to say this is what a core set looks like in a month?
I don't. Because we don't have all our pricing and whatever. Like, I don't want to. I don't know. I think I want to, but I also am afraid that it's going to change, and then
the sooner we can quantify, what a set looks like, the better. I think.
100%. I agree. I mean, maybe we say sample, suggested sample set or something like our intended. This is what we hope we can do.
Storage footprint. We could show how it breaks down. That's actually would be big for wargamers too, I think. Like compare this to like a big like foam or ABS thing that you have to like have a shelf for, See how it breaks down.
That thing is loose.
People like Mercer or Mulligan are such big draws. I don't know if we would have that in a month, but that's definitely something to do for the campaign proper. Highlight that it's really, really modular. All builds, because what you're building can already be done. I think the problem is, before we can really showcase the modularity, we need to be able to quantify this is one core set or something like that. And like, look at this and like all these different... I guess we could just take the same pieces.
I don't have the adapters.
Stop motion video showing build to broken down to new build. Yeah, we'll
Yep.
definitely do one of those. Can you show something similar to landmarks? Show what a ship interior looks like. Show what a fight in a bunker looks like. Oh, we're going to have like example photos of a lot of different use cases for sure. Builds using a few pieces so people can buy in without seeing a several $1,000 pledge. We only have a few pieces, so that's I think we're going to have that
but
covered.
That's a good point, right there. That's absolutely right. You don't need to spend $5,000 to make something neat. So
With this set in particular, like honestly, like with the preliminary numbers we have, it's looking like a very good buy-in. So that should be really nice. Thomas, we're shooting for GameFound. We're planning to have the GameFound page go up in roughly a month. So what we're talking about right now is we're like, hey, when this GameFound page goes up, like, what do you think is the crucial stuff to have so that when new people come across, they go like, yeah, I'm interested, and follow the project. We also are planning on having a very cool follower gift. We're checking into making sure that we can do it. But we want to do like a cool physical follower gift that isn't just here's some credit towards the pledge, you know.
You can offset the door and then use the inside corners to like
That's very cool.
frame it out.
Portability in addition to storage. That'd be a good thing for the video, showing somebody just like sweep it all off a table
Into a bag.
and then into a bag, carry it somewhere, and then just like
Yeah.
take it back out.
Yeah.
That'd be a good thing to do for the video.
100%.
I don't know if we can do that by page launch, but that'd be a good thing for like the
Yep.
campaign launch
Well,
video.
let's capture all the ideas and see what's feasible with the time
Yeah.
we have. But like these are all exactly the kinds of things. Like these are great. These are great notes.
Do you prefer GameFound to Kickstarter?
Yes.
Yeah. It's been a much better platform for us
Everything
to
is
work with. Show how Biscuit's can allow you to build and store. We should do Biscuit demos because these prototypes
Yep.
take Biscuits way better than the Lowtown prototypes did. So
These
that's
are
nice. Momo mini follower gift. Yeah, we'll just make Momo.
We never did make Momo.
No, that's one of
Momo.
the Hellscape pieces that was lost and hasn't come back yet. Show pieces early if they exist. If we have them, they probably won't be ready in a month.
That's
the only thing.
definitely nothing that's
Yeah.
gonna show up in the next couple of weeks.
You need to hit the markets that will utilize sci-fi, maybe some sample set things like the shuttle, the bunker, recreate some scenes like the scene from Starship Troopers, or the walled defensive area surrounded by aliens, showing the same pieces being used for an internal and external. Do you think that doing like little recreations of like popular movie scenes or something would be would engage people, or do you think that's a waste of our time?
Yeah.
Was that?
Like, is it applicable? Does it make you go, oh yeah, I want to use that game with it? Is it, or does it get the people's attention and it doesn't matter if it's something that makes sense to what you would actually use it for?
Yeah, because I know it's fun to make. Like,
yeah. Is the question, will it convert?
Suggested stretch goals, show pieces from other biomes that are hard to get currently. We're definitely going to do a lot of compatibility with the stuff that we have across our whole line.
Evolution of Dwarvenite.
Are any of the pieces going to have
360 biscuits, verticality achieved, greatest of ease. That's it's not nuts showing the evolution. Like, say, hey, we started with these dungeon tiles, then we started doing organic stuff, then we started doing this, and now look, like this is our, look what we can achieve now.
Followers get a triple mini. If we got the Star Trek license, we'd be set.
I mean, it'd be probably pretty cheap too, I'm sure.
Yeah. People love dioramas. That's fair.
Facts.
Showing off the 360 element. I think that GIF that Casey and Sil made does that really well.
That's the goal.
That really shows off the modularity and 360 nature kind of at the same time, which is nice. Sample builds always get me to spend more. Share your build on Discord. It costs me thousands. Sample movie scenes would be really cool.
So you can use the catwalks also just to like you can go vertical or build a pipe going up.
Remake ye old
Yeah.
time in with the sci-fi terrain.
That's funny.
Cantina build. Setting up a cantina could be really fun. I don't know if we're gonna have all the accessories to do that though.
We will
in a
not.
convincing way. Yeah.
100% no. But the idea stands.
Also, the fact that we have 3D object files for all these makes it way
Oh, check
easier to
this out.
show the 360 nature. What's up?
So there's little feet on these so that they'll stand flat, which also means you can put your minis on them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
And
it makes them more playable. We should emphasize
Well,
that.
there's playable. There's flat areas. Like we've been thinking about Space Marines a lot.
Mm-hmm.
They're always on our mind.
There are Roman Empire.
Right.
Yeah.
The best.
One of the issues with Lowtown is people not knowing what the other side of the seawalls look like, for example. So really sell the 360 usage of these, please.
That's a good point.
Need a secret door vent panel.
What else are we gonna do?
Just because they're a real game changer for verticality and stability. Quick elevation building is something we should really show.
Yes.
We should show like, look at how easily we can stack this to make like a.
And also,
And
you can biscuit these things together in chunks and just leave them, right? Like you can build yourself some little bunkers and just leave them and have them for the next, if you're going to be doing this all the time, just build a couple of cool large terrain features and just drop them down. Like I'm not going to do it right now. Like I could just biscuit this chunk together and drop it down anywhere and bedazzle it if I want. Oh, we could put, we can build this guy. And I don't have the 2x1 floor. You can build inline once again because we're on the. I guess I could do 2 of them. Let's do this. Okay.
Make a sick Mustafar build by mixing it with Hellscape. That's in the plans. That is in the plans.
I mean, nobody can do that other than us. Like with glowing lava.
Most of this stuff, like it's a with the fantasy, with the fantasy terrain market, there's a lot of other people making fantasy terrain that covers the same kind of biomes as us. There's not nearly as much sci-fi modular terrain out there.
Do you know?
Like.
I'm sure I mentioned before that I got to go to Skywalker Ranch, but I was during the making of Episode 3, and I got to see the model of Mustafar. They had a model that was about as big as this room. It was 20 feet by like 15 feet, molten lava, fully sculpted. Like it was outrageous. Like it was one of the coolest things I've seen physically ever.
Yes, Real Red. Those pipes can stand vertically.
They are standing vertically right here. Got a couple of curves. There's a.
But yeah, like they will also look good if you just run them like up the side of a building, and then you can use the cap to terminate it into like.
You could have 2 of them
as well.
You could have it do a side thing or do it like this.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, check this out. So we're building. This is wild. So I'm building these guys in line.
That looks like a fancy gantry. Wait a minute. Let me grab.
Ooh, this is like the clogs. What I'm doing with this, I don't entirely know, but it's just cool. Oops, you're not upside down. We need the ramp and the ladder, but. Because once you're transitioning up and down from these, it'll be really cool. We could put you out here. And we could put a walk. Oh yeah. Oh ha ha ha. Oh, we're gonna put this guy. Is going to. Oh, look at you.
Fancy looking gantry. So what does it look like? Because these are 3 inches tall. If that's 2 inches, I'm curious. Build wise.
It's now just under 3. Let's see. Yeah,
so
that's gonna line up
disclaimer,
really
what we're
cool.
pulling out here is the Shatterpoint core set terrain. We're going to see what it looks like to put our stuff next to it. Obviously, the color scheme's a bit different, but the Shatterpoint terrain you can paint however you want, so.
What I'm hearing is we're going to have to get another set and paint it to match.
I want to get some of the core set expansions, honestly.
I mean, that's also the fun. Oh, wow, that lines up.
It's just it's behind
I know,
the things in the way of the camera currently. Oh, man, imagine if that was painted too. Oh, no, that's really good. Oh, that's really good.
See that thing? We just built that. No, this guy, you're gonna have to move. That lines up.
That's really
staggeringly
sick.
perfectly.
Okay, we've got to
So
do
that's
that with
pretty neat. Or we could also
Shatterpoint.
just go right up against the side. That's a flatter.
Because we build on an exact inch footprint. There's a lot. Oh no, that's gonna look really good when it's painted up.
How cool is that?
Okay, yeah, we got to do that. And
You
then you can also,
couple,
and then if
you
you,
want
and
to grab
if
a
you,
couple Shatterpoint.
yeah, and then if you need that, if you need more playable space,
Chris, we always need more playable space.
you can make those pipes double wide, yeah.
You
Or the
could.
catwalks, yeah.
Yeah. We'll do that in a sec. If you're worried of your delicate minis falling off. Let me try this. I'm going to put, no, let's put a little short guy. I mean, this is basically space scaffolding, right? We took everything we learned from the scaffolding system in Lowtown and put it in space. And it's awesome. Oh, yeah. Let's get some. I need to be scared. I'm trying to put
How do you get on that? We'll figure that out later.
on it. What do you?
Well, I mean, they can force jump. We'll figure it out later.
We don't have we don't have the elevation changing pieces just yet.
Yeah, there's more stuff coming. Hey, what's a good
Ooh, a giveaway word?
Yeah, what's a good giveaway word?
Gantry.
Gantry. Okay, Gantry. If you want to get a $50 Dwarven Forge gift card, type Gantry in chat. Gantry. I'm gonna roll it in a couple minutes. Digital gift card. Anybody can win it, no matter where they live. Will there be facades to break up the boxy exteriors? Oh no, I need to read all this before it disappears.
We need a little ramp guy. Can we do this?
Build as a Final Fantasy VI vibe. Yeah, that's the thing. It can do like industrial fantasy really well. How much might what's in the camera cost? Oh, I have no idea.
No idea. We don't have prices yet.
We've
Well,
got-
Tyler has
we've
some
got-
working stuff he's been working with, but
These really need a textured lava mat.
mm,
We've been wanting to make that
Mustafarian madness.
lava mat. We want to make that lava mat. Maybe that's
Now is the time.
just throw it in as an add-on if we're gonna make it anyways, because we don't gotta make a mold for it.
We need more biscuits. Holy moly. And here's the thing. We are currently building with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, only 8 different sculpts I'm counting here.
How much can you use non-DF scatter in your sample builds? The main thing is just making sure that it's very clear what's ours and what isn't. As long as we don't like claim to be selling other people's stuff or like representing other people's stuff, like it's fine. We just need to be very clear about what's ours and what isn't. Just put it on light panels with lava filters. Yeah, but texture would the same water texture work for lava?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we could totally it's on the wish list.
We've been wanting to make that for a while. Because there are lava mats out there, but the water texture that we figured out,
It's cool.
it's really nice. Yeah.
I guess I don't even need that. I can just throw these on like this. Boom, boom, boom. I kind of want a
2x2 necrotic sludge mat. Someday. Someday. I think we wanted to update the necrotic sludge anyways, didn't we? Or was that one fine?
That one was fine.
That one was fine.
There
Okay.
was something I don't know. There is endless projects. Like we could, yeah.
There's a lot of stuff where we're like, it'd be nice to update this thing, but it's not attached to any large project, so when are we going to do it?
No.
Can you make the texture mats reversible? I don't think so. I think they have to be one-sided.
Yes, that's one side.
Yeah. In order to do the stuff that we do
But
with them.
they're not overly pricey for the coverage and the style. Like,
They're the cheapest like coverage option we have by far.
man, I want the ramp up. We get there. We get there.
Like an acid one too. Someday. Hey, give us enough time.
We'll do everything.
We'll get there.
It's sand. I hate sand.
Let's see. Okay. Early discussions of sci-fi mentioned that there's so many different styles, demonstrating how the
That's
same
true.
basic pieces can be dressed up into different styles or into different feels will be very valuable. So, in line with the common random item that exists in many sci-fi shows, transparent pipes, but LEDs on the pylons to push light through them.
Oh,
Pipes.
that'd be cool.
Also, very expensive, probably.
But also cool.
Very cool. Very expensive. Multiple functionality of pipe is awesome. Will there be a ramp at some point?
Yes.
Yeah.
Just don't have it yet. We get a couple more.
Hey, there's someone that needs to get banned.
Really?
Yeah, it's just it's
Bot?
a follow bot.
Get out of here.
Where's the thing to? There it is. Okay, get out of here. Any sci-fi LED pieces planned? We have some tricks up our sleeves, but we cannot confirm or deny any of the specific tricks until it's time to show them.
Yeah, we haven't made anything yet.
Yeah.
Don't believe any of the hype that you might see on social media.
Because we also don't want to promise something and then have to take it away.
What else we can do? Let's see. So this is just literally just 8 sculpt. We can. What then we're not using much in here. These guys. Let's see. We could do some interior. We could do some more exterior. We could. Pipelines are just dynamite.
Mm-hmm.
And then we can also turn them into walkways. It's pretty nice. Look at that. Just strip, jump, bump, bump, bump. Now it's a walkway. I'm going to connect that. I can't believe these things line up so cleanly.
Custom paints on those pipes are going to be gold. It's more of a brass currently.
It's
Yeah. Is that brass?
yeah, greasy
Yeah.
industrial silver. I think it's silver with grease
Mm.
with his thing, but yeah.
We actually just filmed some documentary footage of Hamster painting and talking about this stuff, and that's one of the things he talked about was he wanted the pipes to be a warm tone so that they would pop against how cool the core set is.
Well, we were working on visibility on the table, right? If you have multiple levels, like what is it going to be easy to pick this out if you've got this thing, this is up above, this is down below, like are they going to how be able to tell what's what? Yeah. We didn't even use them much like railings yet either. Very possibility. All right, let's do what should we do next?
Well, we should roll the giveaway.
Yeah.
All right. Roll it. Zeraxis.
Woo, congrats.
Congratulations, Zeraxis. I'm going to whisper you real quick.
Yeah, someone was just saying, who is this? Is this Finland? No, this was Vestafin? That you can use these in their for like steampunky stuff in their fantasy builds, the pipes. If you wanted to do like an artificer's lab or whatever. Yeah, you could totally use these. Yeah, and they're going to be in their own packs, so you can swoop in and just snipe some pipes. The catwalk system killer.
The campaign should be named after Zeraxis. Great name.
Zeraxis. The lost planet of Zeraxis.
I don't think I would use much of the sci-fi set myself since I really only run high fantasy, but massive pipes are useful occasionally there too. They're quite exciting.
Exactly.
Yeah, the pipe catwalk system, you'll also be able to get just on its own, without getting like the walls and corners and stuff. So you will be able to get just the pipes if you're doing like Eberron or just piping and like a slightly more steampunk city or something. So those should still be very good for your fantasy games as well. So, hey, even if you don't want to play a sci-fi game, you might want to come in for the pipes, And because of the biscuit system, it will be compatible with like the Lowtown scaffolding and stuff. Maybe that'd be a fun thing to do. I don't know. We'll have to see how they look together when we get some of those pieces in. Do you worry that Space Marines can't fit under one of the pipe systems suspended up by one level? Yes, you got 2 wall heights up, but it seems a bit much just to have a figure go under a bridge. We could put it up high. Like there's ways to put it up higher as well. It's something we're gonna have to play around with. I think currently it's fine. I think the rules for the movement are like they don't have to be able to fit under it to like move through it. They just can't stop and stand under the pipes if they don't fit there. I think is the general movement rules. Do we have an ETA of when Lowtown stuff will be available on the store? Probably roughly a month
time
after
next
it gets
year.
delivered. It's not going to be this time next year.
God, then it needs
Don't goof on them.
all the international stuff needs to get there, and then it needs
Well,
to
hopefully
clear,
we're not
and,
going to have
like,
another Wildland situation with the international
Yeah.
stuff. Given that we've experienced that stuff, so now we have a plan to not deal with that stuff anymore.
Yeah, but it's shipping is just like
Don't scare
it's
people.
always outside of our control, and it always sucks, and it like
Yeah.
it's the worst. Like we make plans, and then it has its own plans. They don't coincide. Ooh. No, let's see. I can put you.
What are we doing here?
This thing would even hook.
How have they looked at the Lowtown pieces since they're biscuit compatible? We haven't run it yet. The main thing is, once we've got like some of the test paint, we'll probably have some of that by the time the campaign launches for sure.
So you could have like your scaffolding, like rickety scaffolding going into a bunker or something.
Yeah, we'll have some of like the factory tool dwarvenite stuff from Lowtown at that point, and so we'll be able to like really test that stuff. That'll be nice.
Oh, I was gonna do double wide. That was it.
Can the pylons attach to the wall pieces horizontally? Not sure if they'd be too heavy and tip things. Was just thinking of having the pipes a little away from the walls. You would just have to anchor it down. If it was attached to like, can the pylons attach to the wall pieces horizontally? Yeah.
Like yay? Yeah.
Since the pipes have biscuits, how do they fit / look into the paired peg of Titan's tooth?
Whoa.
You could do a catwalk to it and probably have it still be even with the top of the rock. So you could have that be.
Or you could do the top or the bottom.
You could very easily. Another thing you could do, you could very easily run a pipeline into the mountain by paired pegging it into. There's paired pegs on the concave.
Well,
so you could do that.
They have vertical. So Eli put vertical biscuit holes in these too. So then you can biscuit them together like this. So you could then conceptually. Oh boy, that's a little tight. That may never come apart again. Once it's like this, you can then pair peg top or bottom, and the whole thing will stay up. So you have a lot of height adjustment possibilities. Also, that's never coming apart again. But so I hope you like it.
Yes, Strider. The answer is yes. We've shown it a couple times.
What was it?
Instead of turning left and right, can the 90-degree pipes turn to run vertically?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's one right here.
Yeah, we're actually using it right there in that build. And then you can have it like keep going up straight and all that.
You can run stuff up the side of a building. And,
you could have it like curve up the side of a building theoretically as well.
You could also go. Let's see.
Somebody who gets just a ton of the pipes is going to have a field day.
Yes. It's going to be like Super Mario Brothers all over again, right?
Yes. Somebody will paint these green and do a little.
Oh,
Mario
seriously?
Yeah.
Put a SAR nest in the top?
Do the pipes fit through the round door? I think they don't. They're a little too big, right? Or do they fit through?
Close, but not all the way. Like they can get up to the knuckle.
Yeah.
As they say. So you could theoretically run it into the side of your building or whatever through the door if you wanted to.
Because then you could attach. Yeah, so you could then attach more pipes on the other side of it. So you could like technically have it run through. Right. You can't like pass a piece through it, but you can run a pipeline.
But you can definitely run it through.
Yeah.
I hadn't even thought about that. What was I doing with these? Oh, I was going to do a vertical.
Can you say modular steamships?
I've other things. Right? We could
chain a couple of half-inch pieces could go through. The knuckle might still be too wide to fit through in that case, because the main issue is just the size of the knuckle. And I think it's gonna be too big even on a solo piece to fit through.
Solo.
Yeah. But yeah,
Okay,
you can
that's
connect the small ends, the small ends of it through a door to do a run if you want.
Yeah, that thing coming up, going through.
This is a very complicated battlefield,
This is just absolute nonsense.
and we still don't have all the pieces.
No, this is just 8 sculpts right now. We haven't. Well, I guess I use a half-inch in there somewhere, so 9 sculpts. But it can. Yeah, it doesn't make any sense right now. But we're just sort of trying to just mess around. You could chain some half-inches together to go through. Yes. What was I doing? Oh, double. So someone was asking if you could double wide.
Yes.
You can double wide the these guys. I guess you could also.
Yeah, so you can do that to make double wide catwalks. If you've got larger based minis and you're doing exterior builds, you can make wider catwalks for that. And then yeah, you can also pipe on top, and you just have like a big
double
series of pipes.
And then
Yeah.
you stack them, make a wall. I didn't biscuit that guy. Make a wall of these things.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's bonkers. These things work in all directions. 360, they biscuit. Like we don't even know what people are gonna do with this toolbox yet. It's silly. My kind of silly. The interesting thing. Oh yeah, these have a vertical peg too, so you could theoretically do some weird offset.
Would be cool to get a biscuit plug that's some sort of liquid gushing out of the pipe.
That'd be cool. I don't think we'll make that, but that's really cool. I mean, not at this time, but that's a really cool idea.
You'd probably want an integrated peg on it. But yeah, it seems possible.
Like this kind of a thing.
Or a biscuit plug for the pipes that turn it into a weapon barrel.
Whoa.
That could be fun.
A giant howitzer.
So you got like guns like poking out of the top.
Wow.
Pipes are the star of the set for sure. They're going to be very flexible. They're similar to scaffolding where like they're almost a showpiece as a system.
Yeah. Well, and once again, self-contained, you can just get some packs of that and nothing else and walk away happy.
Mm-hmm.
Right? You don't have to get any of the walls, floors, cores, like and the core bits. Skip them.
Let's see. Okay, so looking over this list. Stuff that would be good to do by the time this GameFound page goes up in a month.
Sideways?
Have photos showing popular mini ranges on it, so like examples of Shatterpoint, examples of Kill Team, examples of a lot of games that people are actively playing so they can see it in context. Have information about the scale and dimensions. Makes a ton of sense. I think that'll be in with the basic stuff. Pre-painted will be highlighted. Portability and storage. Portability we hadn't thought of, but that'd be a good thing to point out as well. It kind of goes hand in hand with the storage. Showcasing the quick elevation building will be a good part of like the exterior section. If we can highlight that at launch, that's great, because we can do that with just the core pieces even. Could you imagine dome turrets along the length of those pipes? That'd be fun.
That would be sick. Yes, I can. Good idea.
Ruined pipes. Biscuit plug accessories are genius. Yeah, the question is just how many of them can we do right now? But the thing is, we can always expand and make more later.
I'm just messing around going vertically, using the pylons on their sides to like juncture up vertically off. Like I haven't obviously biscuited everything together, but and once again, you don't need to. Right, you do some sort of like
dual nature of the pieces is interior and exterior is a huge value prop. That should probably be a thing right at the top. Where just like each set functions as both an interior and exterior set, and then maybe we even have like an interior features and exterior features section.
Yes, 100%.
But right at the top, we let them know every set doubles.
We're giving you a lot of options. Ooh, let's go sideways. Oh, biscuit it together. Who's that? Come on.
There's so much wild stuff we can do with this. It's a crime, honestly.
It's 360 pieces with a whole bunch of biscuit holes. Like you can, there's just everything. All right, so this guy.
If you go in really deep on the pipes, you can do some wild Rube Goldberg stuff.
Rube Goldberg of death.
Rube Goldberg's my favorite wrestler.
That's hilarious.
The pipe churns have curves in 2 different dimensions in the same stretch of pipes using biscuits.
Wait, what?
Have curves in 2 different dimensions in the same stretch of pipes using
Direction?
biscuits. Oh, okay. So you have one curve that goes horizontal, and then another curve later that goes vertical.
Oh yeah, yeah. Ish. Let me finish this thing.
And then Mad Roboticist has asked basically the same question in a different way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you wouldn't be able to biscuit them both together 100%, but
You could butt them up against each other and
Yeah.
just go like,
exactly.
you can secure it in other ways.
We shall secure it in other ways. Oh man, I'm gonna break it because I was just trying to mess with. Can I do this thing? I don't want to break it. I can go up and do an arch. Am I gonna break this? No.
A peg to join those together instead of a biscuit? No, we want to keep biscuits.
Yeah, so it's not 100% good, but you can do these. Do that little thing. So that would be.
I mean, for the 3-dimensional shift. Oh, so you then like rotate it. It's not gonna be
Which way do they wanna go?
super stable. Well, I don't know that it's gonna give you. I don't know if it's
So
gonna do that much for you.
If this guy doesn't biscuit here, I can just lean this up against this pipeline like such. So I'm going. This is going 90 degrees that way. This is going 90 degrees this way.
Yeah, I think the answer. I think the answer is basically you're just gonna not biscuit that one section.
Are
where
they
you,
trying
where you
to
hide
go
the
like
switch.
you want to go like this? Is that what it's trying to do?
Yeah.
Yeah, you could do it. You just can't biscuit these together because they're 90 degrees off. But you can.
You should
You
be
can
able
sort of
to
do it in that build, and then you could go.
You should be able to still make it stable by just having the 2
Yeah.
sections biscuited.
I don't know exactly how we'd hold this next. This next thing would have to stick on if we went this way, and then into a.
Well,
into a
presumably
building.
that would be fastened to something else. Like you would just have to.
If you
just have to.
biscuited this into the side of a building. Bump, bump.
Yeah, you would just have to have a plan. You just have to have something else like stabilize.
You always have to have a plan, Chris. You're right.
They're saying that like they should align for a paired peg.
Yes.
So maybe the trick is you use paired pegs specifically for the flip over.
Yep. Yeah, you can.
I guess you could put one.
Put
yeah.
pair of pegs in.
Yeah, it might not be perfect, but it'll be something.
Do that sort of thing.
Will there be pole accessory holes?
We don't have any yet. We've been a little biscuit crazy.
Yeah, they said they don't align when rotated 90 degrees. For the paired pegs.
Yeah, paired pegs should align.
I imagine you probably.
Yeah, they should.
If you put one in one slot and one in the other slot, I think you can't do it like the perfect paired peg way. But well, no, maybe you still.
Yeah, they line up.
Right, the corner should still overlap.
All 4 corners line up.
Okay, so yeah, awesome. Hey, unplanned compatibility.
Yeah,
There we go.
The geometry all keeps hitting the same bits on those half inches.
The wonders of using repeatable geometry,
Yep.
I guess. Maybe show how sci-fi works with drift stones. We'll have to do that at some point. We'll make a fancy like mountain quarry with Wyver stone and stuff, and we'll have some drift stones up there because that's a very sci-fi thing.
That's super cool.
Yeah, we'll have that at some
Space
point.
quarry.
Space quarry.
Spice mines.
We'll do Deep Rock Galactic. You know Deep Rock Galactic?
There's
It's
a bunch of
literally
dwarfs
Yeah.
mining in space.
Yeah,
And then they find Tyranids.
it's literally perfect for us.
Yeah.
Yeah, we should do something in Deep Rock. That'd be fun.
Yeah. Double wide thing.
A sci-fi version of the hanging ladder.
Yeah, it's coming.
All right.
Yeah,
Okay. Well, we'll confirm it. Make a nice arch for Gasland. easy to add aftermarket, those paired peg holes. Well, apparently you don't have to.
We've got the biscuit holes have paired peg holes built in.
Yeah. But he just meant, I mean, just like apparently the geometry actually works out and you can just do it.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, these are going to be, these things are going to be killer. Should we go inside? We've been playing outside a bunch. Look at this. This is bonkers. What the hell is going on here? I love it.
What I would love to see, if we had the pieces to do it, is a large interior zone with multiple levels and catwalks across. We might not have the stuff for it.
That might be in a couple weeks.
Wouldn't mind seeing corridors that pay homage to the Aliens franchise. Hey, we may have done that as a test shot already. We'll definitely have some Alien stuff because you got the Alien RPG. Although I don't know if the Alien RPG is really terrain friendly, but we can still do like.
Does anybody here play the Alien RPG?
I've heard good things about it. Has anybody here played it? Is that solid? Is that good?
Good night, Gilded Poison.
I've heard good things. That's a Free League game, right? Free League does a lot of really good stuff. Need fan inserts for the doorways. Every sci-fi thing is fans.
Oh my god.
That would work really well.
Then it also works vertically because then
you could
put it in the trapdoors too, and it's like fans you're in the ventilation area or whatever.
You would also then be able to drop it into the door slots of past sets too, right? Is the sci-fi stuff backwards compatible?
I think it was the other stuff is compatible to the sci-fi, but the sci-fi is not. I can't remember.
I think it was the other way. It was the other way around.
The other way around?
It was the other way around. So those fans we would then be able to go and put into the dungeon vaulted doors and stuff.
That would be neat for your artificer thing, right? You've got pipes and fans and.
Can Critical Role use the Alien RPG for the sci-fi one shot? Maybe. I don't know. Maybe I could check.
Who did a sci-fi one shot?
Apparently, Critical Role did a sci-fi one shot, and they may have used this. You know what? I have the world at my fingertips right now. I can look that up.
Man, you've got the power.
I have the push even.
You could put the trapdoor floor in your dungeon floor with a fan in it, and it would be neat.
Yeah, it looks like Ashley ran a one shot in the Alien RPG. Did she do a build for it? What does it look like?
It's cardboard.
They probably did a build for it.
All right, let's see what sort of elevation we can do. Oh, there's a pipe inside this.
Nemesis board game works with terrain. Spent a month 3D printing terrain for it, but it's not Dwarvenite. That's not a bad idea. We could cover that.
I just played Nemesis Lockdown.
How is it?
It's nuts.
Good nuts, bad nuts?
Good nuts. Really, really challenging.
Oh.
Hey, Ashley. I'm looking at the Alien one shot to see if they got terrain. Oh, they do.
I beat it.
Oh no, they're just on a.
They underestimated the lab rat.
They're just on paper maps. So hey, we could give them the materials to take that stuff 3D. Hey Ashley, how are you doing?
I'm doing fine. How are you?
Hope everything's good. All right. Wow, special guest appearance from the Blind Spots, Ashley Johnson. Well, you know, we're a bunch of film guys, so we got connections.
We're replete with connections.
Yeah, I have.
We're so connected, it's painful.
I have a star from the Hunger Games in my short film.
You got a Rolodex full of heavy hitters.
Oh yeah. For a second, I thought Chris had video called her. No, I just forgot that I had desktop audio on, and I opened up their one shot to see if they had a build.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, graph paper. Yeah, so yeah, they didn't have, because there's not a lot of sci-fi terrain options out there. So if we just gotta push. We just gotta push well. Push well, push hard, push early, push often.
That's what I always say.
Mm-hmm.
Every time. All right, let's do something inside. I'm just trying to get. This table is
Push it. Yeah, it turns out you've
littered
made a mess
with
again.
this is hard to imagine.
This never happens.
It was unexpected. Nobody could have seen this coming.
Yeah.
Seriously, there was no way we could have prepared for this, Chris.
Mm-hmm. Push it.
All right, so we're gonna go inside. We're gonna try and do some elevation. Let's see what we can do with what we've got. Also, with the walls, floors, and corners are a thing we're a little light on, but you know, we'll miss.
Look at Rabbit saying up to date with American football. Is tush push an American football thing?
Tush push? What is it?
I don't know. Rabbit just said that, and then Hoppy's like, "Oh, he watches football." American football? You mean real football?
American.
It is like really messed up for us to call it football. Honestly,
it makes 0 sense.
The game, the game barely involves feet.
It starts with one guy touching it lightly with his foot, and then the rest of the time they're just playing tush push or whatever.
Google brotherly shove, if you will, the Eagle specialty. Oh, Rabbit actually does know. I don't. All right.
Rabbit knows more about American football than we do.
Probably. I used to be very into it, and then I came out here and I didn't have cable, so I had no way to really watch the games, and I just kind of fell off. I went to the Panthers-Vikings game like a month ago. Did that. I think if you do an internal build, it should have a central platform that is the external config of the pieces in the middle with catwalks coming out of it, especially if there are no safety barriers. So take that. Take that.
Idea was that?
You'll never guess.
Oh, Finley, get out of here.
Yeah. So yeah, just take that and just build around that.
Finley. Seriously. You know what we need to have, like, we need to have Finley in like the earpiece, just like, just giving quiet advice, like the contestants that cheat in game shows or whatever, right? And just be like, oh yeah, look at this idea I just came up with all by myself. I'm like, oh yeah.
Earpiece is a weird way to say payroll.
Oh wait, I just had another idea. I'm gonna. That's funny.
Yeah.
These are jokes. We're gonna be doing them all night. They're free even.
Your NFL Wildlands stream is awesome. Oh, the Reliquaries one? Yeah, that was a fun, because that was like a hard pivot. It was supposed to be. We lost a guest a couple days before the stream.
It was gonna be extreme. It was like Brandon Cutler.
Yeah, it was gonna have some wrestlers as well as Johnny was always on, I think.
Yeah.
Johnny Stanton was always on. It was gonna be Brandon Cutler. I think we were also still gonna have Travis. Was he the one who was? Hang on.
I don't know.
Yeah, Miles Garrett was like a replacement for Brandon Cutler because we asked Johnny. It's like, yeah, you know what? It just
became. Let me just go.
Yeah, it just became all football.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
As one would have predicted, standard issue.
I want to have the time to just go really deep on streams again. We'll see with sci-fi. Let's see. There's no gravity, so no need for railings or catwalks. Come to think of it.
You know what there are? There's a lot of tie downs on these pieces for a zero gravity type situation, so you don't go floating off.
That could be a fun little rule to write into a sci-fi game. If you're playing Starfinder, take an action to tie down before gravity shifts. That could be a really interesting way to
before gravity. Whoop! There goes gravity.
Whoop! There goes gravity. Are we going back to the lab again?
Got to write the next cipher because I'm Michelle Pfeiffer.
Yep, I'm
Michelle Pfeiffer in Catwoman.
Mikhail Pfeiffer, my favorite Russian actor.
Mikhail
Pfeiffer. Well, most people know how legendary Garrett is. Been the best edge in the NFL for the last 3 seasons and was chilling on a stream with us. It was really wild. No, it was actually like a wild. The truly wild thing about that stream was realizing that I was older than these NFL players, but considerably older than these NFL players.
How did that even happen?
That messed me up. It's weird to think about the fact that like most professional athletes are like kids.
Yeah.
Like they're real young. It's really wild to think because like growing up, it was
Yeah.
It's always like, oh, they seem like the peak of adulthood.
Well, especially in their gear,
Mhm.
you know, all like they're huge. They're larger than life. They're moving in slow motion. There's like, oh,
The fact that I have like 5-6 years on Miles Garrett is terrifying.
you're gonna probably outlive him.
The fact that Johnny, this guy that could like fold me into a little ball if he wanted, like, is way younger than me. It's really messed up.
Don't have younger brothers?
I'm the oldest of 6.
Wow.
Yeah.
See, not used to getting folded into the ball. You're doing the folding.
Yeah.
I don't know where this is going, but I'm just playing.
I guess it's really the thing though. Is like the guys who are like huge are the ones who end up going on to play football. So they look so much
Yes.
older than they usually are, like a lot of the time. But yeah. Is there a
gripped on
stair or ramp catwalk piece?
Yes.
Yeah, I think we confirmed that earlier. Hey, Chris, you're older than Tom Brady? He's not that old.
Isn't Tom Brady like 80? Isn't that the running joke?
That's not what 80 for Brady means. That's not what that means.
Oh,
Yeah.
close.
Have you heard about that?
No, but I thought he was 80, and it was like a legend that he's still like.
He's
playing.
super old for he's extremely old for, but yeah, he's 46. Extremely old for football. Still not really that old in the grand scheme of things. He's still got a lot of the best years of his life ahead of him, probably, depending on how beat up his body is.
Yeah.
Depending on how
many
much pain,
concussions,
depending on how much pain he's going to be in
the chronic
every
pain, and how
every
many
morning.
opioids he needs to cope. And,
Yeah. Yeah.
Other than that, it's totally fine.
Yeah. It's probably
Everything's fine. Everything's fine. Thank you.
He's half as old as the president.
Mm.
If Tom Brady becomes president,
He'd have a football in every pothole. Something.
What?
A chicken in every pot was a
chicken in every pot. Yeah.
thing.
There we go.
Wavy Gravy ran for mayor of Berkeley when I was living out there when I was 16. And one of his campaign slogans was a rubber chicken in every pothole.
Rubber chicken? I hardly know her.
Because there were a lot of potholes.
That's
in
fun.
yeah. I mean, it's a clown. What do you expect?
Could you imagine if you filled in potholes with like
Rubber chickens?
No, just like really bouncy materials in general.
I can't imagine. I think it would be awesome. My kids would like
Tom Brady with running mate Gronk. Oh, I forgot about Gronk. Gronk is fun. Some reliquary power stone chargers and areas this could look good. Oh yeah, the artificer stuff would go in here real well. How does the metal tone on the catwalks match with the artificer stuff?
It's different, but
it's definitely not the same. But they're both like a warm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They are. Yeah. Let's see. I don't know where we're gonna go with this.
This is pretty sick so far.
Most of far. Ooh. Okay. Here we go. We're gonna go up. Let's see. I don't know how this is gonna work, but let's go up here. We're gonna.
Let's see. I have to deflate the balls just a little to better fit the potholes.
Do what?
Deflate the balls a little more to fit them in the potholes.
The footballs. Yeah, you have to like half fill footballs in every.
Deflate. Deflate gate.
Isn't that how the Patriots cheat?
Yeah, it was like a huge.
I don't know much about football, but I know that Patriots are cheaters.
Really depends on who you talk to. It's a highly contentious topic. But yes, they are. Factually, yes, that's true. But some people have feelings. Yes.
Pretty much everybody on the internet.
Yep.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna get it. Okay, I got.
Patriots did not cheat. Here we go. Let's get that going. There we go.
This is where we thought this was going tonight.
Chat. Hey, as somebody who grew up a Seahawks fan, boy, bring up the Steelers around any of my family. Most of the studies indicate that what's worse is what happens to linemen and running backs. The constant hits are worse than the big hits. Yeah, I would say that. I would say that. I think the main thing is that quarterbacks just can't take the hits as well. They're just not as used to it. So they're just more likely to get like They're more likely to not take a hit well, I think is the main thing. Because they're just not. They're not expecting it a lot of the time, and that's the rough thing. Rather argue about food, honestly. We can do that too, baby. Hey. We can do it all. We've done it all on this show. This is a variety show. What if we just did a call-in show? We do have the guest stars thing. I'm just nervous about running that. It's a one-man production crew who's also having to be on-air talent. I'm nervous about bringing in a bunch of random calls. Chris slowly becomes Frasier. Look, Frasier, one of the most influential shows on me, I think. Hey, baby, I hear the... New York can't taco? That's objectively wrong.
Oh, there's some delicious tacos in here.
Yeah, absolutely. New York can do like every food. You go to the right place, go to the right neighborhood. Like, got to tune into Hobby Hang for the food talk. Oh yeah, we go deep on food every week on the Hobby Hang. Pineapple's not a pizza topping. I think you got to have an open mind about it.
Yeah, it's better than.
Let's go full Frasier and have all those callers be celebrity voice cameos. That could be a fun gag to do for Hightown. Oh, for Hightown, we should doing Frasier gags for Hightown would be really fun.
Do people know Frasier gags? Don't you have to watch the thing?
The only people I care about know Frasier.
Hmm.
Frasier's coming back, so it's gonna be relevant again. Is the new Frasier stuff already out? Yeah, it's already out.
Oh, this is annoying. I just want to be.
It's back and not great. I can't believe rebooting a sitcom 3 decades later
Didn't yield the results people were hoping for.
Yeah, it didn't work well. Yeah, they rebooted Frasier. We know it was coming for a while. Have any of these sitcom reboots gone well? Because they're rebooting like all of them. It's very weird. Frasier had a really good finale. They really should have left it alone.
Aren't all these actors like really? Oh.
One of my favorite bits. Oh no! Did you break a piece?
Only one so far.
Hey, it's okay. Is Tyler still here?
No.
Okay.
I took all his pieces.
To be fair, the old Frasier was yawn. Hey, the old Frasier was incredible. Now we're getting ruined pipes?
Oh.
Yeah, baby. So this is again, this is a lot better than the low temp prototypes we had, but it's still not Dwarvenite.
Well, also baked in biscuits in these are baked in trouble.
Yeah.
They're it's not like Tyler didn't warn me before the stream.
That's my favorite Lays.
Baked in trouble.
Spin-off. Baked in trouble Lays. What even is the plot of New Frasier? Didn't everyone move to different places? Yeah. Like Frasier had a probably one of the best sitcom finales. Had a very, very satisfying finale, so it's weird to bring it back.
Why was that show funny?
Why is that show funny?
Yeah.
Man, that's a very difficult question to just drop. It's very good at, so it's very dry humor for a lot of it. Although they throw in a lot of slapstick. There's a lot of that stuff. I would say the overarching.
Wait, dry humor and slapstick?
Yes.
In this account?
It's basically screwball comedy, which is great. I love screwball comedy. Doesn't happen very often anymore.
I feel like you're like the walking version of screwball comedy. You're like just embodied.
I'll decide how to take that later. A lot of it is just like how inherently foolish,
wacky,
basically everybody in the main cast is.
Yeah.
Like in some capacity, they're all very insecure, inherently pathetic people.
God damn,
who have like a lot of social status, and so Frasier and Niles, like they've got all this status, and their status is extremely important to them. Their intelligence is extremely important to them. So like a lot of the comedy just comes from like acknowledging like how silly and foolish
ridiculous
they are. Yeah. A lot of misunderstanding comedy. Yeah, in a lot of cases, and it was a sitcom in the 90s, 80s,
Yeah.
90s.
90s.
So yeah, like it some of it hasn't aged great, but like.
So this is the accessory wall. I don't know if we showed this thing before, but it's got an accessory slot on the top. It doesn't have a biscuit. My whole plan. Well, the final one comes out a full 1/2 inch. So what I'm trying to do is, it doesn't have a biscuit slot. So I want to biscuit it to this thing, put it here, and then connect this this catwalk to it. But it's half an inch short. Oh, you can't even see it. It's really neat, but it's not going to work because it doesn't have a biscuit hole or biscuit slot in it. This is half an inch short. I guess I can chain together two of these half inchers, but I'm breaking them rapidly.
Hey baby, I hear the blues are calling. MASH is the finale beat. Yeah, MASH is an all-timer. Yeah.
I remember.
No finale tops Blackadder. I need to watch Blackadder. I've seen bits of it. I liked it a lot.
Many people tell me to watch it. I haven't. I wouldn't enjoy it. It's the might know.
The Wire. I know it's not a comedy.
Oh yeah.
The Wire is an incredible sitcom. The hijinks in The Wire, you get me every time.
Screwball comedy at its finest.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're a real bunch of rascals over on The Wire.
Man. So I gotta take you.
Are you offset like?
Oh, I'm offset by a quarter inch because this thing is.
Because you built it in.
No, because this isn't the final version. It's the prototype that before we realized we needed to move it out.
Fair. Hey, everything is subject to change. These pieces are in progress.
I just wanted to sit there. What do I have that'll sit underneath this thing? A stack.
Yeah.
What else did people want to try?
What else
Was there any other advice or what they think we should show in the thing?
I think we got a good amount of it. Some of it is stuff where it's like we're just not gonna be able to do it by.
We don't have the pieces, but I mean probably a lot of
like we'll do it by launch, but like getting it done in a month for the game
what's
found
the
page.
like if you could only do one thing, what would you put on the page?
Yeah. Yeah. I guess here's another thing. Is there anybody who is, just out of curiosity, is there anybody who is disappointed that we're doing Game Found?
Ooh. Meddling offsets.
We need a claw piece too that can biscuit under the railing. It turns that catwalk into a grabber/conveyor for a factory.
Conveyors.
It
does look like a conveyor.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good one. Oh, Finley. Whisper it into the earpiece next time.
Game Pencil Plus, in my opinion. Well, one of the biggest things genuinely is like stretch pay. Like
people love
when half of the pledges in Wildlands Reforged were stretch pay. Like
that says something.
Yeah. And just looking at like, yeah. I don't know. It seemed like there's only like one argument to not use Game Found that I've heard, and I just don't think it's a very good one.
It's that it's harder to learn or something?
Just that Kickstarter is bigger.
Yeah.
Because I think it's a misreading of the reasons behind the numbers, I guess.
Well, Kickstarter is bigger. That doesn't mean it has a bigger audience for us.
Yeah.
Right.
And Kickstarter has more people using it, but it's because it's got more projects on it. I don't think it's necessarily that Kickstarter is giving all those people to the projects. I think it's more people are using it because more people are being driven there by the projects that are on it. Oh. I think that no matter where we go, we've really just got to make our own advertising and drive people to it.
Yeah. I mean, Kickstarter has never brought us very many people, aside from Kickstarter 1, but also who knows if it was just people randomly browsing Kickstarter or they heard it from the convention or whatever. But yeah.
What size campaign do you expect for sci-fi? Lowtown, Wildlands Reforged, or Reliquaries?
In terms of money or backers?
That's a great question.
I'm hoping we get Lowtown levels of backer numbers, but at that level, I think we would raise a third of the amount of money or something. I don't know. Like the pledges are not going to be they're not going to be averaging $1,000, right? They're going to be averaging
Yeah.
$250 or $300 or something. So
We're expecting a much lower average pledge because we have like the buy-in in general. We're trying to make like a lot lower for like kind of like the max like buy-in or whatever. And also, it's like 30 pieces as opposed to
we want to get more new
200.
people.
Mm-hmm.
Like that, the goal is just more people.
Really? I
playing with the
bookmarked
stuff.
over 1K for it. There will probably be people who do go in like 1K or more.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no, there's gonna be plenty. You could just get 1K worth of
Yeah.
pipes.
But the reality is, for the people that we have where what they do every campaign is they're like, yeah, just do the completionist. The completionist is going to be like a much smaller thing this time around.
Yeah.
And so we just kind of have to account for that. But yeah.
But the hope would be get some new folks that don't have Dwarven Night on their table, get it on their table.
Sci-Fi will have me checking it every morning. So the fun thing with Sci-Fi is, fun thing with GameFound is, one of the things that we can do is set up stretch goals that are unlocked like on specific days. So be able to see like, we're going to have a reveal on this day. I don't know if we're going to use that. We probably won't, but like
We could.
It's, there's still a lot about the shape of the campaign that is to be determined, but like, so we can like advertise that there's going to be a thing to come back and like look at that day.
Yeah.
When you look at the stretch goal chart or something on GameFound. So that's kind of fun. We still need to like see like, how do we utilize all the tools that are on here?
Yeah, we don't even have all the basic, like we don't even know what the offer is, much less how it rolls out on the platform. And like you're very right, Chris. There's a lot of neat tools. Like we don't know how we're gonna use them all yet.
Mm-hmm. Finley says, true, he probably won't need 1K, but he wants it to be a success so he can get more in the future.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that like if you get just like a ton of pipes, like catwalks, like you can do a lot with it. And I think there's gonna be people who probably will get like 1,000 of like just the pipe catwalk system.
Here's the other thing is just tell your friends about it too. Like,
yeah.
Start getting your friends to play sci-fi games now.
I think if this does as well as, well, we want more backers than Reforged had.
Yeah.
But
get a bunch of combat patrols for all your friends so they can. Or get them to start playing.
Get all your friends into
Kill Team
or Boarding Action.
Or Shatterpoint. Just buy Shatterpoint now. Get ready, and then want to build some big old things. This guy, I wanted to do.
Friends have already asked me about running a sci-fi game. Nice.
No.
I feel like social stretch goals would be a key to get more growth in this Kickstarter.
Yeah.
We're looking into a lot of that too.
Yeah, that's a really good idea.
Buddies and I started Starfinder a few months ago, so I can't wait for these. It's going to work really. I mean, Starfinder is like the premier sci-fi RPG system, and so that's definitely like what was.
Rifts. That's a.
Matt, do you play Rifts, or is
game.
this just a gag? Are you playing Rifts and I just didn't know about it?
Dude,
we got to show it with Lancer too, because Lancer's growing pretty fast. Can you guys link to resources of some of these games you talk about in the Discord or something? That would be.
Do what?
Linking to resources for the games we talk about.
Oh yeah.
That could be an interesting. I could make that a resource in the Discord. We could also, when we feature, we could have a section that's like, we've tested this terrain for like these games, and we could like literally link to those games as part of the thing, and like.
Well, you show here's a shot of the game, and here's the site to go buy it, and
or like here's a photo of it with Stargrave, like and also like link
and then
over to
here's
Stargrave.
the link to go check out Stargrave. Here
that
it is
would
with
not
Shatterpoint. Here's a link to go check it out on Shatterpoint.
With how much we're wanting to show it being used in different games, because part of us like expanding into showing other games is that we also want to get our customers like that are here because of D&D. If you guys start playing other games, that's good for us. The more games that you are familiar with and play, the more different use cases you'll have and need for terrain, which widens the kind of products you would need from us. So like we actively do want to promote like other games. Like the bigger games in general get, like the better it is for us. You know?
Yeah. I mean, it's better. The industry, the more people that are playing games, the better across the board. It's like we're. Wow, this is.
The good news is we are planning to have a lot of practical demos of different games for the campaign launch. You'll be running it. I played and ran Rifts forever, not currently, but did a 9-month campaign in
amazing.
2018. I'll be running a one shot with this stuff for sure. Should we add Rifts to the list of stuff we do?
No,
might not have
I don't
space.
think it's.
We might not have space for it.
But it has a lot of good nostalgia.
Hey Matt, do you want to
You want to run a Rift game?
Yeah, do you want to produce like a Rifts thing for extra credits and we'll bring prototypes over? Do you want to do
Or different sci-fi if you've got like, if there's something that's going to get more traction, like whatever. What else is it? Yeah,
something?
that'd be bomb.
Well, we got plans for a lot of stuff. We don't currently have a plan for Rifts. The only reason I don't want to add it to our payload is
No,
like
we can't.
we can only do so much of it. So we're trying to outsource to like other people for some of the games. You want to if you'll do the work to do Rifts, do not add it.
Do not.
Maybe look
run a mashup of all the Palladium games ever.
Do not add it. It's a dead game that I love, but hey, but it could be. Hey,
Is it
it'll get some of the real gamers out, you know.
the real gamers?
Real gamers. You'd run a game for you guys. That'd be fun. We could just play Rifts in the. That could
Just
be
for
fun. That could
fun.
be a fun mid-campaign
Play
stream
some
event.
games.
Yeah, we'll think about it. It's part meme, but part amazing. It would be very fun if, like, literally your entire player base, it's just like, none of the players have done Rifts before, and it's just like,
They have no idea.
why. Yeah, it's just like, why does it work this way? Like, what are you?
It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. Skeletor for Press has more than enough time for extra projects. That's what I figured.
Yeah, he's got nothing going on.
His YouTube channel uploads like once every 3 months or something. Like,
Did he give up on YouTube? I heard.
he's got plenty of space. He just streams now.
Yeah.
He makes so much more money for doing nothing.
Yeah, they just give him money to sit in front of a camera.
Yeah. You watch other people's content and get paid for it. And then you get to go to people's houses and share their houses on your Instagram.
All React content all the time.
I can't believe that you can do a build like this already and it's only like a third to half of the pieces. Yeah, they're not even like all painted.
They're not even like, I don't know.
I haven't actually
tried to do it.
been paying attention. Yeah, this is
No.
already. Look at all the different levels to this.
I don't know what
Yeah, this isn't even close to all the stuff we're gonna have by the time we get to launch.
Oh, we should put those diagonals in here somewhere. Ooh, neat.
Not even all painted, just like my Dungeon of Doom pledge.
Just like my KS1 dungeon.
I am curious to see if our unpainted numbers are larger than normal with this, since a lot of wargamers are used to painting their own stuff, or if they're gonna be ecstatic that like they don't have to paint this time. But also, it feels like this is like one of the most like custom paint job sets, or custom paint job friendly sets we've done. With just like, I want to make it look like my faction or something.
I think it's going to be a mix, right? I think some people will be, oh, awesome. I can guys don't have to move. And other people, oh, cool. It's another thing to paint because I'm so vast at painting all this stuff.
One final beam. We already gave you like the ladders and
It showed you the accessories.
ramps. We talked about ladders. We talked about ramps. I don't think we really have anything to show though.
No.
Yeah, we don't have any physical things to show.
We're not
currently.
holding back any of the pieces. But we have another batch. We have another batch arriving next week, probably in 2 weeks, or maybe 3 weeks. We'll do another one with all this will be painted, and we'll have some new pieces to show.
Wall of Force piece without the glitter for energy walls / doors.
Without the glitter, it doesn't even. What is it at that point?
What's the point? If you're not gonna ruin your table and carpet,
If you're not gonna,
what's the point?
you're not gonna just spread little sparkly bits around the universe for the rest of your life.
If you're not gonna contaminate
every package that's ever been opened of that.
I burn the glitter off with acid and apply interference paint after.
Ooh.
Clever. They weren't supposed to.
What kind of acid?
They weren't supposed to put glitter in the last restock of those things we did, and they did anyways. And it's like, guys.
Well, it was just still there. It was just lying around. It was in the mold. It was
Yeah.
just like it's forever. They thought they got rid of it. It's still sticking to stuff. Like
Everything coming out of the factory just has glitter
There's
for
glitter.
the next 5 years.
if you look carefully.
Thought they might be bigger than the previous ones, and the cost of glitter would be prohibitive.
Glitter is up, I'll tell you. It's like, we
Glitter
might,
prices are through the roof.
Yeah. The unpainted glitter, though, is still pretty reasonable.
Big glitter's really got a chokehold on the market.
They just want more and more and more. You can't.
Yeah, they were supposed to just not.
You can't satisfy big glitter.
They're supposed to not do glitter in those anymore because of all the stuff that happened.
People love it.
Yeah. Once again, I ask you to please restock Unpainted Wall of Force, which didn't come with glitter originally. It doesn't even appear in the store. Wait, it's not even listed in the store. That's weird.
The glitter police have come for it.
Where are we at with is Wall of Force low enough stock for us to just reorder it? Let's see.
Double glitter.
Wall
of glitter.
Just with a note where it's like, please,
for the love of God,
don't do glitter, please. Because we did it with the initial Dungeon of Doom order, and it was a terrible, terrible thing.
We've got nothing but love for it. People are just like, man, I just need more glitter. Can you do more pieces with glitter?
Wall of Force Unpainted has never been there.
Can I interest you in Wall of Force with glitter?
We don't have a Wall of Force Unpainted pack. It's not even in Shopify.
Really?
Why? Was it not even available unpainted in the...
Don't you feel like you're discovering a conspiracy? Like there's...
Are these not painted? Are they just cast in this?
No, I think there's a blue wash.
Why would we not do this unpainted at all?
Nobody knows. It's an urban legend.
I'm so confused. Huh.
Yeah, well, that's a good... Whoever flagged that, I wish we could send you a free unpainted one in a year when we have it. But
how about we send you all the remaining painted stock so we can reorder them without the glitter?
Ha! This plan has merit. It's really hard to argue with it.
There's like 5 packs that only have one of painted or unpainted in the store and not the other. It was unpainted in Dungeon of Doom. So what happened there? Okay, I need to look at that.
The one with glitter was so popular, we just were like, well, why even bother have anything else?
Wall of Glitter sounds like a 3rd level Gym Dark Magic spell.
Yeah.
Yes.
100%.
Speaking of which, has anybody been watching Acquisitions Incorporated Series 2? It's been pretty fun. It's been very good.
I heard there was some pretty cool terrain in there.
Yeah. It's very fun, like, seeing it open and going like, oh, it's that build.
Oh, this is how he used it.
Need a new category. Painted / unpainted / glittered. Spray bond with varnish, but I don't think it worked. Yeah, that glitter's a menace. They were supposed to not do it in the reorder, and they did. So we'll have to figure that out. If we order it, like when we order it again, we need to like send explicit messages like, hey.
Explicit message.
Explicit. We need to send them some explicit photos
We'll get some
of the Wall of Force.
glitter.
Yes. Seen up to episode 4.
Come from?
Which one is episode 4? Is episode 4 the arena? The arena one's very good. Yeah, that's the arena. I think. Yes, it was.
Oh,
The arena one was very fast. That was one of my favorite builds. I'm very excited for like the builds that are left. One of the builds is going to look very familiar to people who have been paying attention and looking at the store often.
What about people who haven't been paying attention?
Then it's not going to look familiar at all. Got a Dungeon of Doom unpainted pledge. It came with a box that says Unpainted Walls of Force, but never showed up in the store. How did that happen? I'm very curious. So do we just have a bunch of unpainted Walls of Force sitting in the...
I don't know.
Sitting in the store? I assume you helped Perkins and Crawford with the builds. I made them all. They gave me
no input.
They gave me a brief, like 1 or 2 sentence, not even like descriptions. They just said like a title, like a couple words saying like this environment.
Just phoned it in.
Yeah, and then I built them all and sent them photos. They gave like very brief notes.
Great.
And
5.
And they worked with it and then sent them a bunch of like extra stuff too, so they could like adjust things on the fly as needed.
They don't have Mercer level build skills.
They're getting very. Well, that was the thing. It was their first time like getting to like really mess around with our stuff to that capacity and like do their own building. Because like with the conventions, like we would do all the building and then just bring it out for them. But with this, like they had to redo all the builds themselves. So like I think they really kind of got
to
a feel.
Assemble it.
Yeah, and so yeah, I sent like build guides and everything for everything. But like I think this really, I was talking with Eric about it. Eric, who did a lot of the producing on it. And he was like, yeah, the first couple of builds, it was like a lot of learning, and then it got very easy to just put everything together. It's like, yeah.
Good, that's a testimony.
Yeah, so they got like a very good feel for what it's like to build with our stuff. So that's fun. And the show's come out like really good, and the turnaround on it I'm really surprised at how quickly they turned it around. This build's looking so good. This is actually nuts. Yeah. Love and Perkins improvs on the sets. It's really silly. Yeah. It's been a very fun show. There's a very, like, Ack Inc. has a very specific vibe. Wish they zoomed in more, though.
Wish we would.
Wish they zoomed in on the terrain more.
Oh.
It's fun. Like, they interact with the terrain a ton, and I think they just didn't have, like, a dedicated terrain cam, which would have been nice, but, like, they have a lot of very cool shots that show stuff off pretty well. They interact with it a ton, which is very nice. There's some of the most interactive players. Like they really get excited and like just use the pieces, which is really nice. When they used the stuff they did with all the Artificer reliquaries at PAX East this year, that's just like, it's so fun to see what they did with each of the reliquaries. Hobby, that's what they did. They did like they do a lot of close-ups with like important details where they went in after the session to like shoot like beauty shots of action in the terrain and did like special effects for spells and stuff. It's very cool. Half Pipe's giving me a Maglev track vibe. They really do have that. Yeah, like it's
Totally.
fun. It's fun to make like the interiors.
Whoa, it's 9:09. We gotta get out of here.
Oh wow. Yeah, wait, how'd it get that late? All right, yeah, let's get out of here.
Hey, thank
you for watching.
Hobby Hang tomorrow night. What are you guys doing?
You'll never believe it. Painting.
And talking about food.
Probably. At some point.
Okay.
We always end up coming back to food on the hang.
And who knows what we're gonna be doing next week?
I'm always on the hang.
In probably 2 or 3 weeks, we'll have we'll probably do another one of these with some new pieces. Show you what we got.
You should take a photo of this to remember what we've learned here.
Yeah.
We really should take photos
did
of the
we
exterior build.
learn?
Oh well.
Well, it's not like it's all half painted and unpainted and
yeah.
You know. But
okay.
It's been. Here's the thing. These pieces are really fun.
Yes.
Like they're so open-ended. They're 360. I didn't even use the trapdoor forms. I don't know. There's a lot. I don't know. They're very, very pleasing to build with. I think I can't wait till we have the full arsenal, and I think people are going to go nuts with this stuff. Woo! Hoomba, hoomba. All right, let's get out of here. Thank you. Thanks, everybody. It's such a pleasure having you here. Thanks for joining in the fun. Is there anything else we say, or we just go home?
Yeah. You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here.
I can stay here if I want.
No. All right, bye, everybody. See you in the stars. Oh, man. Starstruck Odyssey was so good. Starstruck Odyssey is an all-timer. If you want to get into Dimension 20, their sci-fi season they did the year before, Starstruck Odyssey is phenomenal. All right. Good night, everybody.
Thank you.
Goodbye.